Hey there everyone, this is me Anwesha and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a book review or book recommendations for some of the books which I've read recently. Reading books is one of my biggest hobbies and I love reading books during my pastime whenever I don't have anything to do, and hence I decided to make a video for the books which I read recently so that you all can also get a copy for the same. Also, one of the books which I'm going to be reviewing, I don't have its hard copy because I actually read it from our school's library, and when I went recently to get that copy again, I couldn't get it because I guess someone else had issued it by the time. So now let's get started. The very first book which I'm going to be reviewing is Ikigai by Francis Miralles and Hector Garcia. Ikigai, the Japanese secret to long and happy life, talks about how one can enjoy living in their life by some simple day-to-day tips. The examples used throughout the video to explain the prospects or aspects of Ikigai are very simple and relatable so that the reader can enjoy reading it. In my opinion, this is one of my most favorite, all-time favorite books, and I remember reading this book every night before going to sleep. I used to be like, okay, I'll just read 2 to 3 pages, but then it used to come up and be 10 to 15 pages because I was so intrigued by the book. I used to be just a few more pages, but like that it just went on. The reason why this book is all-time favorite for me is that this book is just such a big eye-opener for me, that just small changes in one's life can have such a big impact in it. So that's the reason I love this book so much, and that's why it's even the first book which I'm reviewing today. And lastly, for the rating, I will give it a solid 9.5 out of 10. Next book is Wabi Sabi by Nobuo Suzuki. Wabi Sabi is a book in which you will get to know about the art of Wabi Sabi, which is finding beauty and appreciation in imperfect things. This book is more or less similar to Ikigai. However, the examples used over here are a little tough for the readers to relate. They are more connected to Zen and Buddhism. So the readers cannot relate too much with the examples, which makes it a little boring to read. In my opinion, the chapters you can say in this book were stretched unwantedly, and that's why just to make the book a little thicker, that's why the chapters were stretched. That's what I feel. But apart from this, there are small poem sort of pages after each chapter, which I really love. These are so motivating, and it's just so good to read those poems. For its rating, I will give it a 7 out of 10. The next book is The Secret to Teen Power by Paul Harrington, and this is the book which I was talking about that I don't have its hard copy. So instead, I'll have a picture over here which can accompany me throughout the review. This book is a must recommend by me for the people of my age or my peers because it talks about finding the secret which can help you live more happily. This book is written in a kind of informal way, and some references from the media world is also taken, songs, movies and singers, which makes it really fun to read. In my opinion, reading this book is like gaining more positivity for a few minutes. You'll have a better lookout for the world, and especially if you just came back from a busy schedule of your day and then you're reading this book, it's really calm. You will feel as if somebody is out there saying that chill, it's okay, you're doing good and great. If you are someone like me who doubts yourself a lot, go ahead and read this book. For this book's rating, I'll give it an 8.7 out of 10. The next book is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. The Perks of Being a Wallflower is written in a letter-like form, so moreover, it feels as if you're reading the letters from the protagonist of this book, which is Charlie. So basically, Charlie is the main character of this book who writes letters about himself and his daily life to his friend, which is actually the reader themselves. In my opinion, when I was getting this book, I was very excited for it, and I was so many places people are reviewing this and they're it's a really good book, so I'll also get it. But when I started reading it, I felt as if I did a wrong job by getting this because it wasn't that interesting, and for me it wasn't that relatable in the beginning. But mark my words, from the ending of the second part, slowly and steadily it started getting so interesting. Oh my god, I wanted to read more and more about this book, seriously. My favorite part of this book was the ending of the third part and the start of the fourth part. I don't clearly remember what happened, but I guess Charlie was kind of separated from his friends. Also, the last part, the ending of the book, it was so emotional. This is the very first book which I almost cried to, you can say. Also, here is a review by one of my friend who read this book, because she also has like similar thoughts to me, and that's why I decided to even get her review over here. Finally, for its rating, I will give it a 9 out of 10. The next book is Be a Triangle by Lily Singh. This book is about adjusting with your life and how you can still be happy being a little different. In my opinion, I'll just say one word. Wow. Just wow. The way it is written is just so good and just so pure. It feels as if your elder friend or your senior is giving an advice to you. Best part of this book is like there's a switch of emotions. Now you're in the realization state and you're like, yes, realizing about the life and it will happen. And then you get a joke and then you're laughing. So it's really like best part, the best part of this book. For its rating, I will give it a 9 out of 10. The next book is Passenger to Frankfurt by Agatha Christie. The story is about the protagonist, who is Stanford Nye. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Is it Nye or Nie? But he encounters a passenger who he feels is really weird. And the reason is because ahead in the story, Stanford finds the passenger almost like everywhere wherever he goes. This is a mystery book in which the protagonist wants to know more about the passenger along with being safe in his occupation since he is a detective. In my opinion, this is my very first Agatha Christie books. I really wanted to read one of the mystery books once in my life. So I decided to get this. However, since mystery is not my genre, I was not so interested in this book. This book, not gonna lie, is really interesting, but if you're not a mystery fan like me, you may not like the book a lot. For the rating of this book, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Next book is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This book is about a shepherd whose dream is to find the treasure and how he sets about on his journey when he has literally nothing. Indirectly, this book is talking about how anyone can achieve anything at any moment of their life if they have the will to continue. In my opinion, this book is completely unputdownable. Once you start reading this book, it starts getting more and more addictive over time. One of the quotes in this book which frequently appeared was that when you want something, all the universe will conspire to help you achieve it, and that's my most favorite part. For its rating, I'm giving it 8.5 out of 10. The next book is You Can by George Matthew Adams. This book is a must recommend for those people who want to get started with reading or those who don't have too much time to read. The reason why I'm saying that is because the chapters are so small, you have no excuse to put down this book. They are just 1 to 2 pages long. As the title says, you can. So this book talks about, or you can say it motivates the reader that you can do much more than what you're thinking of and you're capable of doing anything. Just all you need is a good command on yourself. In my opinion, this book has helped me a lot because I used to doubt myself at many points of my time, and this book has given me the courage to go on and challenge anything ahead in my life. For its rating, I will give it an 8 out of 10. The last book is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor E. Frankl. It is based on real-life incidents by the author from his life in the concentration camp. He shares about his life, how it was over there, and how he still had the hope to survive. In my opinion, until now, this book has made me gain more hope since I've started reading this book. The poor state of prisoners made me realize and thank the stars for whoever I am and wherever I am right now. From this book, I realized that there are so many more people in this world who have such more, poor conditions. So instead of complaining for small things, we should appreciate everything we have. For its rating, I'll rate it 8 out of 10. And with this book, that is the end for my video. I really hope that you all liked this video, and I hope that you all will get at least one of the copies of these books. The links for every book which I have reviewed are in the description below so that you can get it from online sources. Till then, bye-bye, and if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe it and hit the like button because your one like means a lot to me. And we'll meet soon. Until then, bye-bye. Stay safe, everyone.